Hi guys, it's Miss Goki. Today we are working on Lesson 4, Linear Equations and Two Variables. Our student outcomes are students use a table to find solutions to a given linear equation and plot the solutions on the coordinate plane. Now let's take a look at example 1. Example 1 is 2x equals y minus 4. So what we want to do is we want to 1 for y, 2 make a table, and we want to make sure we include both positive and negative values. 3, we want to graph, and 4, we want to label. So first, let's start with making a table. So our table is simply going to look like this. We put x here, we put y on this side, and then we put our equation in the middle. Well, our equation isn't solved for y yet, so we need to solve it. So if we solve for y, all we have to do is add this 4 to both sides. And we are left with y equals 2x plus 4. So now we can write our y equals 2x plus 4 in this section. Now, because we want to make sure we pick positive and negative values, we're going to start at -2, and we're going to pick values all the way up to 2. Then, what we want to do is we want to plug these values into our equation for x. So, right here we get y equals 2 times -2 plus 4. And that is 0. Now you can simply just plug this into your calculator if you're unsure what they are in your head. So next one, y equals 2 times -1 plus 4, we get 2. Then we get y equals 2 times 0 plus 4, which is just 4. Then we get y equals 2 times 1 plus 4, which is 6. And then y equals 2 times 2 plus 4, which gives us 8. So now that we made our table, we have our x and our y values, so we can simply just put these into points. So if you wanted to, you can actually draw another spot on your table, if this makes it easier for you, and you can just put points. And then we can write our points. So we always go x, y, so we have -2, 0, -1, 2, 0, 4, 1, 6, and 2, 8. Now it's a lot easier to just look at our points and graph them. So we already have our x and y's labeled, so we can go ahead and just graph. So I'm just going to use one unit is one number. So I'm going to go over -2, and we go up 0, so I can plot that. -1, 2, 0, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 6, and 2, 8. And now we just want to draw a line through it. And we want to make sure we have arrows on both sides of our line and that we label our line. So this line is y equals 2x plus 4. Now, we labeled our line. Now you could use this one to label, or you could use what the original problem gives us. It doesn't matter which one you use, you're still talking about the same exact line. So now let's try number 2. Number 2, we're going to do the same exact thing. We are going to solve for y, and then we are going to make a table and graph it and label it. So let's start by solving for y. So we have 3y plus x equals 15. We can subtract x on both sides. And this should be something that you guys have done the last couple days in class, so you should be able to just solve. And then we get 15 minus x. You can divide both sides by 3, and we get y equals 5 minus x over 3. And now we just make our table. We have our x. We know what our equation is. It's y equals 5 minus x over 3. We leave ourselves lots of working space and our y. And then I'll just draw the point column in case That makes it easier for you. So once again, we want negative and positive values. So -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. So let's plug -2 in. We get y equals 5 minus -2 over 3. And when you solve that, you get 5.6. Now you can plug -1 in. We get 5 minus -1 over 3. And we get 5.3. When we plug 0 in, we get y equals 5 minus 0 over 3, which is just 5. We can plug 1 in. We get y equals 5 minus 1 over 3. So we get 4.6. And then y equals 5 minus 2 over 3. And we get 4.3. Now if you're not sure and you can't calculate those in the head, feel free to use your calculator, that's why you have it. So our points would simply be -2, 5.6, -1, 5.3, 0, 5, 1, 4.6, and 2, 4.3. So now since we have a table, we can simply just graph it. So if we go ahead and graph it, our first point is -2, 5.6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's a little bit more than half. -1, 5.3, then we have 0, 5, then we have 1, 4.6, and then 2, 4.3. So we can draw our line through. As you can see, mine doesn't go through the points correctly, but it should go right through those points. And the only thing we're missing is a label. So this time, actually, I'm going to label it 3y plus x equals 15. And now we're done. We graphed a line using a table. So we found our solutions and we graphed. So our summary is a two-variable linear equation in the form ax plus bx equals c is said to be in standard form, and a solution to a linear equation in two variables is the ordered pair x, y that makes the given equation true. Solutions can be found by fixing a number for x and solving for y, or fixing a number for y and solving for x. So that's exactly what we did. If you still have any questions, please write under questions to ask in class / I didn't understand, and that way we can talk about it tomorrow.